Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Good morning, Stevie. Morning, Ladder. Morning, Diamond. Johannes, Tammy. Happy Friday. Right, where should we start today? Whoops, hold on. Oil is where I'm starting today. Actually, let's have a look at the news first. There's not a lot of news today. So we had, obviously, the autumn statement yesterday. I'm not in any pound at the moment, so I haven't paid a lot of attention to what it did. Bit of all, bit of a drop, bit of a pump. Not a lot. Pound down, back to where we started. So no impact whatsoever. Amazing, isn't it? We've been waiting weeks. This thing's been sitting going sideways for weeks. Everything's been sitting going sideways for weeks, and then it comes along and nothing happens. So yeah, basically it's all doom and gloom, obviously, for pound as for the UK. More taxes everywhere. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be honest, but still. So that's out of the way now. Going to wait and see what happens with the reaction to the market. There doesn't seem to be an awful lot yesterday. We had a weak pound yesterday. A strong US dollar yesterday, which made pound US come down. But that seems to have all recovered. All the indices basically dropped and recovered yesterday. This thing's sideways. The DAX at the moment is just completely sideways. I don't know what's going on with anything at the minute. It's all sideways. So something's bubbling, isn't it? Morning, Jane. So yeah, so we had that yesterday. We had Philly Fed yesterday. Massive negative on the manufacturing. Unemployment was better, but yeah, massive negative on the manufacturing. So production down. That has an impact on GDP, and which we'll see in turn has an impact on monetary policy. So US dollar had a pump anyway. So you can kind of ignore all news at the moment, can't we? News is just not driving. The only thing driving anything at the moment is interest rates and inflation. They don't seem to care about anything else at the minute. So retail sales we've had this morning for the pound. We've got Lagarde speaking in a bit, and we've got home sales for the US, which doesn't overdo anything. So the news-wise, there's nothing today really to look at. Overnight news, nothing dramatic. We obviously had the retail, which was ever so slightly up on forecast, which is good. This month's retail, next month's retail, is the important one because it's Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So this is where historically everybody, business, why it's called Black Friday, businesses go into the black. They make all their money this weekend. If you don't make your money this weekend, you go bankrupt, basically, because this is where everybody does their Christmas shopping now in November. Someone at the end of my road's got a Christmas tree up, apparently, and a wreath on their front door. It's not even my birthday yet. My birthday's in November, by the way. So yeah, it's too early for Christmas. So only overnight news. We've had usual rumblings from Bank of Japan. Nothing exciting. So just nothing much overnight either. So we'll see what happens with the US today, with the pound today. I would imagine today we'll start some movement on the pound. But obviously, looking at what happened yesterday, I was expecting a much, much bigger reaction yesterday than what we got. So it's difficult to tell at the minute whether there's anything yesterday in the autumn statement that's going to drive the pound in any direction or the other. I think we're probably more likely waiting now for the Bank of England to say what they're doing. But our forecast for recession is for the recession to be over by 2024 and interest rates back to 2%. We're at 11. It's going to take a hell of a lot to get the interest rates down to 2%, but we will see. But that's the forecast anyway. With what they've put in place, that is what they are forecasting. So we've got a year recession ahead of us. So yeah, pounds, we'll have to wait and see. Oil, we broke down on oil yesterday. This area, I've just refreshed my charts because I had way too many old trades and old lines on them. So I've just refreshed my chart template. This area here was what I was looking at yesterday as potential support and resistance, somewhere around there. More likely this area here, really, because this is the previous resistance bounce. We've got this area now here, which is where we pulled back from to make the double top. So looking at this on the 4 hours a little bit clearer. Obviously, we had the drop, the break above market structure, the pullback, the double top. If this is going to remain in a range, this is where I would expect the range bottom to be. Obviously not to the pip here, but somewhere around here, around this 80 to 82 a barrel. If we're going to stay in this range, this is where I would want it to happen from. I was hoping 84 to 85 was going to hold this level here, but it didn't. We broke down. So we're down here now, 80, 82. If we're going to hold the range, that's fine. This is where we should be holding from. If we're going for obviously the highs, target above there, up for 100 to 110 a barrel by Christmas, which is what they're forecast. So this is a real key level here. If this breaks, as you can see, I've got an aggressive position on. I've just taken one aggressive on this, which I got into yesterday. Stop under the low. So this is my aggressive position to try and get out of this. I'm within an ADR with this aggressive on. So if we can get a push up towards ADR, you can see my TPs there. I need to get up there and I need to scale out of some of this. I'm way too over leveraged on this. I put too much size on initially, and I just got too much on it. So I need to get out. So I'm getting aggressive. Morning, Forex Machinist. Yes, I'm feeling better, thank you. All better now. I feel like actually I feel 100% now. It's weird. I felt like 2% for 3 days solid, 4 days really, and then it's gone. Weird, but that's what happens with blues, isn't it? I think they are a very short-term thing, but they're hideous while you got them. Anyway, rate's a lot better this morning. Just feel normal now, which is nice. Stevie, love Christmas. I'd have the tree up at the start of November if I could. Her indoors refuses to do anything until 1st December. I'm the same. My son's birthday is 4th of December, so we can't do anything until his birthday's over. So we have to wait. But yeah, one of my spinning instructors is like that. She starts talking about Christmas the 1st of November. She's got Christmas trees up in early November. Her husband drives him nuts. But yeah, I love Christmas. I just love Christmas. I don't love Christmas in November because it's not Christmas. I like having, that 2 or 3 weeks where it's like, right, we're in Christmas mode, not 6 to 8 weeks. But anyway. So yeah, so oil, we need to watch this today. I'm looking for reversal alert here. I'm looking for a W pattern reversal. And obviously this is where I'm targeting. In case we are going to get another leg down, or we're going to have a small range for a few days or whatever down here. So this is my initial target. If we can get to ADR today, fantastic. But my goal at the moment is to reduce sizing because I've got too much size on. I should let the EA do it. I don't know why I didn't. I think I just thought, wow, this looks like a good spot for oil. Get in, and I just didn't think about it. But my problem. So yeah, oil key level today. Want to see some movement to the upside straight away at the open if we can. Let's just quickly look at the DAX. What the DAX is doing this morning. Pushing up to start the morning. So we're just pushing up above these highs at the minute. We'll look at DAX on the fair old bit of rejection there actually this morning. So big strong push. That's a massive opening range. We've got a 40 pip opening range so far. We've got 3 minutes to go on this candle. We'll see where this gets to. But big opening range. We've just taken out this liquidity. So if we close below this high on this candle, I'd be looking for opening range breakouts to the downside this morning. So looking at the indices, let's start with DAX. I posted this in the Telegram group yesterday. It's clearer on the daily, but I posted the 4-hour chart. This thing's absolutely sideways. I haven't seen price action like this before on the DAX. It's odd. We literally seem to be, wow, this is a really big rejection of the highs at the moment. Since we had the push on the US dollar news, we've literally done nothing but like push up. We stopped there, pushed up, rejected, pushed down, rejected, pushed up, rejected, pushed down, rejected. Yeah, same thing over and over and over again. We are just going sideways. This is now day 5. If you include this, it's day 6. This one here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is day 5, 6 if you include that candle. Literally nothing. If you look at the US indices, a little bit more pronounced since we had the push up, but it's the same thing. We rejected the highs, we've rejected the lows. We are just sideways on everything at the minute. So it's impossible to tell what the hell is going on at the moment. Well, obviously at the moment, nothing is going on. But we got the breakdown yesterday. So remember I said yesterday, it seems something big is coming. And I'm looking for the next leg down to start to kick in. So on all the indices, obviously, if we're going to retain this bear market is going to push from here. This is it. You know, this is what bear market does. It trends up perfectly synchronized. That's what it does. It trends down in the same manner, except obviously volatility is way bigger in a bear market. So yeah, but we're not able to get that kickstart. When we start a new bear leg, we get a massive day. The massive day is what kickstarts the next leg. That's how it works. It always does. Yeah, you get a big candle. We're just not able to get that big day in at the minute for some reason. So I just waiting, eyes peeled and looking for short opportunities. I can't take it long. I can't trade this thing long at the moment because it's far too bearish. And this price action, as soon as we get this break of these lows on the DAX, and if we hold that, that's it, we're off. I'm sure, but we're unable to do it. So I'm short bias still on all indices. Just looking for opportunities to get in short. Yeah, there's one. Look at that opening range. Look at that rejection. Yeah. If you ever want a shooting star, there it is. It's the biggest shooting star you're going to get. So entry below there, add. If we're going to get it today, get it today. It's going to be, when you get it, when you catch this down day that's coming to start the next leg down, you just get in it, you stay in it. But it's similar to what I did yesterday. I made that 3.5% in the morning, just literally trading that down. We're going to get a trend day. We're just going to get a big trend day where it's just going to break the low. It's going to pull back. It's going to break the low. It's going to pull back. It's going to break the low. And you're just going to get a day like that. Or you're just going to get an accumulation break. That's the sort of day that we've got coming at some point. It's just waiting. It's the same day as that in reverse, basically. Probably not that big. But so indices just got to watch and wait. There's nothing we can do. We are sitting poised and waiting. So we'll see. That's a big old opening range. It's going to be pretty hard to make an opening range breakout to the high, isn't it? By the time you've got there, it'll be ready for a pullback. But we'll see. Be interesting to see what happens with that this morning in the next sort of 10-15 minutes. ADRs today, we've got New Zealand dollar Swiss is the only thing that's hit ADR so far this morning. So we had big New Zealand dollar is always dodgy for ADRs. Whenever you get an ADR hit during ASI, you have to check it because we get very big candles because there's no liquidity at the beginning of the Asian session. So you get very big candles. If you find in the first sort of 10 minutes or so, you've got a candle that's like that, with a wick or something. Look at normal price action. Yeah, it's just a slippage, liquidity slippage. So you kind of have to readjust and say, actually, that's probably the low, not that. So is this an ADR? It's not far off, is it? But just be careful with the New Zealand ones. But we have got hit to the upside. With whether that is legitimate price action or not, I mean, if you want to take 25 pips off of it, you're looking at 125 ADR is probably your reaction point. But even so, we are extended. So there's an opportunity for short there. Obviously, long term, this is a short. So we're poking our head up above the 24, 72 at the moment. So potential entry short. Swiss franc strength would be good. Just waiting for that. But the New Zealand dollar is fairly strong at the minute. It has been fairly strong across the board. They've done well with their figures. So New Zealand dollar is strong. The Swissy will be stronger when it kicks in, but it's whether or not we're going to get a kick off the New Zealand dollar, off the Swiss franc. So you've got nice area of resistance coming up. So if we're going to go range bound, that's where you would expect the range to start to form. If we're going to continue our trend, fine. So either way, it's a good spot for selling. We're not quite extended on the 4 hour, the hourly we will be. So yeah, pretty good looking area to start shorting New Zealand dollar Swiss if you want to. I'm already in New Zealand dollar CAD short. I took another position on this one this morning manually by accident. I put a pending in there and then went off and did something, came back and it triggered. I wasn't paying any attention. So I've accidentally got into position again. We're pretty much up at ADR. We're just about to get an ADR alert on that anyway. And we've got this liquidity area here, which obviously yesterday's high, which we are potentially taking out. So good area for a short. We've already hit the highs. There's no news on New Zealand, was there? Austria windfall tax on power companies. Poor old power companies. No, nothing on New Zealand. So all the New Zealand's having a nice Asian session, and looks like London's continuing it at the moment, but we'll see what happens in the next sort of half an hour. Okay, so we've got an inside bar on the DAX. So again, another entry on this one. If you wanted to, you could take a break of that candle. So break of the inside bar and then add. If we're going to flush down to at least those lows, you'll have a nice 3-position entry there. And if you want to hold it and you're going to go for the big day, take another entry there. Yeah, so looking good for potentially shorts today, especially on that candle. Look at that. We're off. So we need to break pre-market low. And then obviously next target will be that low towards the end of New York. And from there, it's, whether we get that day today. But, every day we've had it. Look, I mean, yesterday, this is what I wrote down yesterday, didn't I? Look at New York. I gave half of it back in New York. I gave up here. I'm not having any more of that. Just didn't work yesterday. I was expecting a pullback yesterday, and this is the problem. And I kind of touched on this in the Telegram group when I was speaking to Diamond yesterday. Changing your bias is one of the key issues in scalping and why it is so unbelievably difficult. My head is saying exactly what I've said this morning. We've got a big day coming, yeah? And yesterday, it told me that this was the big day. So, my brain was like, right, excellent. We've started. What they're going to do in New York? Well, they're either going to do one or two things. They're going to accumulate and break to the downside, or they're going to pull back and drop. I played the pull back and drop, and I got stopped out in 2 positions. And I was like, right, nope, I've got it wrong. I should have flipped long. And just as I got stopped out in my second position, it was here. I was actually trading the NASDAQ, not the DAX, but it's the same price action. I got stopped out on that position, and I was like, oh, shall I flip long here? Right in these candles here. I was like, okay, I've stopped out again. And I'd been stopped out. And I was like, right, shall I go long? I went, nah, I'll leave it. Boom. It absolutely flew. And then it just stopped. So it's the hardest thing. My bias and my brain is saying this day is down. And it just undid. That's where we opened. That's where we closed. Just unbelievable. Just killed me yesterday. Well, it didn't kill me, but it just took most of it back. This is what I say, rotation days like this, hard. Very, very, very hard. But anyway, I should have stopped. I shouldn't have traded yesterday, but I did. I got greedy. Never mind. Right, so New Zealand dollar Swiss is the only ADR today. We've got quite a few weeklies. We are on Friday. So Aussie dollar CAD. That one's already played out, obviously. So that was from Monday up to those highs. That's where you should have got in at the extension, which happened on Tuesday. And then you've had your trade already. Euro Swiss. Euro Swiss Monday started. So Euro Swiss is a good. Oh, I'm in it. I just got into it this morning. EA's just got me in. So yeah, Euro Swiss. We've got, where are we? Monday. So that's your weekly range hit. So good extended weekly range. It's done what it normally does in a week. So likely we're going to get a pullback. Nice propulsion gap target there as well. So I've got short on that. I've got resistance. New Zealand dollar CAD, already in it. Extended. Still pushing. Nice reversal starting on the hourly off of ADR this morning. So nice. We're just about to get a reverse alert on M5 off of ADR. Didn't quite get to ADR alert. Missed it by a pip, but it's reversing. And New Zealand dollar Swiss. Again from Monday. See, this is a gap down on the New Zealand dollar. It's whether you take that price action. That is a massive. From that low to where we closed within 2 hours of the open on Monday in the Asian session, we'd moved almost an ADR in 2 hours. If you take the third hour into account. So, it's like, is this actually a hit, or should we really be looking at this as the low and ignoring that? It's a personal thing. You make your own mind up on that one. Morning, Ferdinand. So that's your average, your ADRs and your weeklies. The 4 hours, the only thing we've got is Aussie New Zealand. Wish I'd have got out of this. I really, really wish I'd have got out of this. I didn't. I had an opportunity to get out of this on yesterday. Completely out, flat. I've made a decent money on this trade, and I had an opportunity to get out of it, and I didn't. And now it's tanked. So I've got 2 positions on there. I've got some old positions on up at the highs, which are tiny 0.3s and 0.4s. So I've got those 2 on. I'll be taking another one on this this morning. Where are we? We are 59. So next reverse alert on M5, I'll be getting long again. There. So I'll be getting in again there. Just about. So yeah, that'll bring my average down, and obviously then we were looking for a push up. But yeah, Aussie New Zealand still weak. It's really, really, really surprised how weak this is compared to obviously normal price action on Aussie New Zealand. It's really getting stomped, the Aussie at the minute, and the New Zealand dollar's just got so much strength, unbelievable. But anyway, next push I'll be out on that one. I've had enough of it. So that's your only extension on the 4 hour at the moment, and that's about to alert. It's got another couple of hours on this candle, but it's going to alert at the 25 level there as well. So you'll be a little bit more extended on this candle, and we've also just taken this low. So good spot for liquidity run, if that is going to be a liquidity run. It's quite textbook, isn't it? Yeah. Push up, entice everybody long, come down, take out their liquidity, and then run away with it. It's the classic stop hunt W. So that's a good looking opportunity on Aussie New Zealand potentially down there. Hourlies, Aussie New Zealand, same thing, massively extended. Looks great for longs, just looks great for longs at the moment. And 14 RSIs, we've got Aussie New Zealand even more extended. Obviously, we're down below the 20 now, so that is really stretched. We've got Euro Swiss as well, extended to the upside. Just got into that one short. Pound Swiss coming up to potential resistance. Again, price action on this Euro Swiss. Look at this area on Euro Swiss, that high. And then if you flick over to, Pound Swiss, and then look at Euro Swiss. Yeah, price action is virtually the same. So don't take both of these. Take one or the other on the Euro Swiss or the Pound Swiss, because you're kind of trading pretty much the same thing at the moment. This is Swiss franc movement, not anything else that's pushing this by the looks of things. So, and you've got New Zealand dollar Swiss, as you can see, Swiss franc very weak. Everything pushing against the Swissy. That's an ADR hit. Hourly extension. So it should be looking for some kind of pullback from here. So there's a few opportunities out there at the moment. I'm not going to run through all the pairs this morning because I've been through all the pairs yesterday. I'm out of sync this week, aren't I? Because I wasn't here. Oh, excuse me. Beginning of the week. So there's no point in running through all the pairs because I did that yesterday. There's not a lot of fallout from the pound to look at all. So, yesterday we got nothing much on the pound. It was a bit of an up day and a bit of a down day, depending on what you were trading. The pound really did not get manipulated at all yesterday. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some decent movement today. But got a nice strong US dollar this morning, US dollar CAD moving up, US dollar Swiss moving up against the weak Swiss, and it's moving up there as well. So indices will be coming down today, which is good. See if we can get this down day in. Again, we just taken the lows out and rejecting. We've got 25 seconds left on this candle, but this is going to give you a close below the opening range by the looks of things. So opening range breakout is in play for shorts. So if you took that trade that I said a minute ago, a break of that candle, add on the opening range, add on there, you'll be in 3 now. See if we can flush down to those lows. Sorry, I'm in that trade on my other account, so I'm just watching. Where am I adding? I'm adding at 142.73. I'm adding at. And my price is slightly different. So below that low, basically, if you look at, you've got a high here. Yeah. So I'm adding just below that high. Yeah, I'm adding here because I'm just this hit to the pip. We accumulated around it. So I'd be a little bit worried about a double bottom bounce. There's going to be liquidity sitting there. There'll be limit orders sitting there ready to trigger. So I'm adding a below this high here. That's my entry. So I've given it like 4 pips below. So about, yeah, it's pretty much there. But we'll see. We need this opening range breakout to the downside, obviously, to actually hold. So need to get a movement. Obviously, another ad potentially there. Let's see. If this US dollar keeps pushing, we should get that movement. Has anybody got any pairs they want to look at this morning? In any specific pairs? What are you doing, oil? Not a lot. So my stop on this oil, this aggressive oil position, is basically I've given it some breathing room below yesterday's low in case they come down and take yesterday's low and then go. So I've given it a bit of breathing room. But we've got the reversal alert this morning on M15. So we need to see if this propulsion gap here, this area here, we need to see if that has got any sellers in it. If not, we should be good to come and sort of retest yesterday's high, hopefully today. So we'll see. It all depends if that area holds today. Aussie CAD. Aussie CAD's just come off the 200. It's very well respected, the 200 with the Aussie CAD. Look, it likes it. So yeah, I extended on the daily. We're in a downtrend on this one, obviously. This is going to be driven by Canadian dollar strength. So yesterday we had a strong US dollar. Strong US dollar dragged the Canadian dollar strong as well. So nice reversal alert on the 4 hour, just pushing up to retest at the moment. So yeah, good looking short up there, nicely extended and embedded, has been. So yeah, I like it. I like it as a short. Just popped your head above the 72. So if we're going to continue with US dollar strength, we should get Canadian dollar dragged along with that. And yeah, some strength to the downside on the Aussie CAD. All the Aussies at the moment look, I mean, they're so weak at the minute. Apart from the yen, still nothing on the yen. You know, it's just a lot weaker than I was expecting them to be. Obviously, compared to this shows you how weak that US dollar's been. We've got a weak Australian dollar and it's been smashing the US. It shows you how weak that US was. Very weak. Nice wake up yesterday from the US, and obviously today seems to be going along the same lines at the moment. So we need that strong US dollar to get these indexes down. We really need the US dollar to push. The minute we're back in this range again. Look. When you're looking at these indices, there's one of two things is going to happen. You know, if we're going to continue to muck about like this for another day today, I'll be selling here. I'll be looking to sell there at the previous day's high and the day before's high, and I will be selling at the weekly high if we're going to push up. I'm not interested in longing this. If I stop out on the trades that I've got, I'm not flipping long. Maybe right, maybe wrong, but I want to get in short. And if I'm going to get in short, that is the place to do it. And that is the place to do it. Because if we're going to get another one of these stupid big candles and just close around the open again, that's your trade, isn't it? So short it up there, play it down as far as you can towards the bottom, and then get out somewhere down there. And assume it's coming back to the middle again, because it's literally all it's doing at the minute. It's just nuts. But yeah, no trend so far today. But obviously, there's your high, there's your low. We have put a new low in. So if we are going to trend today, this is where somewhere around here in this area is where we will be looking for that trend to continuation to happen. Ferdinand, may I know the settings on your gap indicator? The gaps that display on my chart doesn't match on your chart. There's no real settings on the gap indicator apart from your start calculation from bar. The bar look back count is 3. This is all default. Everything's default apart from the colors and the start calculation, which I've set to 500. Other than that, it's all default settings. But obviously, you might find you'll have gaps in potentially different places depending on the price action of your broker. Shouldn't really be far out at all, especially on a daily. But if your broker, it's basically, it's all calculated. The wide range bar is all calculated on size of candle. So if this candle's size isn't bigger than the previous couple of candles, 3, you won't get a wide range bar. So if my broker puts this candle, for example, at 1 pip over the previous 3's high, and yours puts it at the previous 3's high, you won't get that gap, and I will. But it shouldn't be out really by much at all. A propulsion gap is a propulsion gap. If something is only 1 pip bigger than that bar, for example, if that is just 1 pip bigger, it's not really much of a propulsion candle, is it? You can see the propulsion. It's a big move that breaks a high. Big move that breaks a high. That's a good propulsion gap. That will act as a magnet. So the big ones, the bigger the better. So get a little bit of rejection again at the highs, pre-market highs, but not looking particularly bearish at the minute, is it? Again. So we're looking 143.83. $143.83 and 144.40. So those are on intraday. Those are the areas of interest today. If we get an opening range breakout to the upside, I'm not going to take that long, but if you look at it, when you're looking at taking any trade, first thing you always look at is where is it going? Where am I thinking it's going? If I'm going to take this long here, and I am going to put my stop down here, is it worth taking that trade? No. Is it worth taking that one? Just about. So is that a good opening range breakout to take, considering there's a high probability of a bounce at yesterday's high? No. It's just not worth taking an open. That's my thought process is, if I'm going to take any trade, where am I going? If I'm going to take a short here, where is my next resistance? There. As an add-on, fine. As an initial trade, I'd be watching very carefully there for a bounce, and I'd be getting out if we do bounce. Again, these are things that EAs cannot think about. EA can't make that decision. Nice rejection. So potentially that's your market structure. Short still looking good, but not very convincing, is it? Fridays. I'm just going to have a quick whiz through everything, just have a look at everything quickly. CAD Swiss, nice reversal there. So you could look for a long on that one coming out. You should have been in it already anyway, but counter trend though. All the ends are sideways still. Euro's done nothing. Still flagging. Biggest flag in the world. In the euro at the minute. Just not able to get any upside. So we're just sideways, just so sideways. Everything's just so sideways, apart from obviously the US dollar weakness, which is coming down nicely. So my Euro US that I got out of yesterday didn't quite get the reversal out on the 4-hour yesterday. That's my break even. So as you can see, I've only got the one position on it now. I took the one from there off yesterday. But yeah, my entry's acting as a lovely support. Look, doesn't want to go any further. Lagarde is speaking. We expect rates to rise further. We know that. Yeah, so watch your euros at the minute. Might get some movement off of Lagarde. Pounds we've looked at all going nowhere. Unbelievable. New Zealand CAD's come off of ADR very nicely. So we just got the reverse alert there on New Zealand CAD. So if you've missed it, you can get in on a retest. Nothing. Oil's going nowhere in London at the moment. Rubbish. What's happening with Bitcoin? Nothing. See, Bitcoin's made the move. Look, it's had the balls to start the next leg down. Why can't the indices? What are we waiting for? Christmas? I hope not, because that means it's going up for another month. Themba. Good Black Friday, people. I am extremely late. It's not Black Friday, Themba. That's next Friday. We suffering from load sharing here. I hope I didn't miss much. By the way, the Black Friday sale is on. If you're interested, I've launched it early. I've gone a week. People keep asking me, "Are you having a Black Friday sale?" Yes, on Black Friday. Just keep a Telegram group. I keep getting asked, and in the MQL5 chat system, people keep saying, "Are you having a Black Friday sale?" Yes, on Black Friday. Next Friday, Black Friday. I've just given up. So I've just put the Black Friday sale live today. So it's lasting a week, 25% off everything. Because people keep asking me, I'm fed up saying, I don't know why we expect Black Friday sales to be lasting for a week. It's like everything now. It's like the Boxing Day sales last for a fortnight and they start before Christmas. It's like, it's just this thing that we have now, isn't it? Like sales are not sales. You used to have a weekend flash sale. Now you have a fortnight flash sale because everybody's desperate to get rid of everything. But anyway, so yeah, the Black Friday sale is live if you're interested. If you want to buy the EA cheaper or any of the indicators you've been waiting to buy, you can get them cheaper if you want them for the next week. So there you go. I've done it. I've not got anything else really to talk about. I'm just filling at the moment because nothing's moving. So if anybody's got anything else to look at, I'm probably going to call it a day. Oh my God, come on. Oil. What are you doing? Going to have another one of those sessions where it just goes sideways, aren't we? Apart from oil, the only thing I really, really need to pump this morning, excuse the pun, I need to pump oil. Just does not want to go anywhere, does it? We'll see. Yeah, so that's really it for me today. There's not a lot, if nothing's moving, there's nothing new. Nothing's new from yesterday. The only thing that's moved yesterday really was oil and US dollar. Indices have gone nowhere. Everything else has gone nowhere. So I banked stuff yesterday and I'm stuck in stuff. So at the moment, it's just a case of waiting, unfortunately, for something to happen. Hopefully for oil to pump. That's all I really need today is just to get out of this oil situation that I'm in too deep. So if nobody's got anything else, I will leave it there. I'll be back on Monday, same time. And I'll be in the Telegram group, obviously, if you need anything, but just be a case of watching really at the minute and waiting for stuff to move and getting in as normal. It's all a bit sideways, isn't it? So not a lot else. GU, Sharon, you want to quick look at GU? US dollar pushing. So pound, I've got no bias on at the minute. I still haven't got a bias on it. I was hoping to have one today, and I haven't. I'm still bearish, obviously, against the US dollar. I don't think anything Jeremy Hunt said yesterday is particularly bullish or bearish. Everything that came out yesterday was kind of an admission of recession and debt, which we kind of already knew. So I don't think there was anything groundbreaking that will necessarily give the market a really bullish or bearish bias. So my kind of inkling at the moment is I want to be short pound. I'm long US because if anything is going to get any strength, it's always going to be the US in a recession. It's going to be stronger than everything else, and it will normally recover faster. So I'm still short bias on it. But, you know, since we had the recovery, the Liz Truss recovery with the Bank of England, we have stepped up slightly. We've had a very weak US dollar. So if you take that weak US dollar out of the equation and say it was only temporary, if you actually look at where we were before Liz Truss intervened and where we ended before the US dollar weakened, we haven't gone anywhere. So that's where the US dollar weakened. This is where we were with the pound US dollar. This is all the crap that happened for that month. We haven't gone anywhere. In fact, it's probably better to look at it on the monthly chart. You'll be able to see. Yeah. Kind of where we were, Liz Truss, Bank of England, where we are now, yeah, is literally 235 pips at ADR. So literally in the last couple of months, with all of this mucking about that's happened with our government, with the Bank of England and everything, we've moved in ADR on a weak, and that's on a weak dollar rather than a strong pound. So, you know, we haven't gone anywhere, have we? I still don't think this pound is strong. He's basically just admitted the country's in a load of debt, but he has put into place a plan to get us out of some of that debt and stop it from getting worse. So, I don't know. We just need to see the market reaction. I was expecting a big reaction yesterday, and we didn't get it. Market was unshocked, I think. So it's business as usual. So I think the driver is going to be the pound, the US dollar, and I'm anticipating US dollar strength, mainly because I'm anticipating index weakness in a recession. So we should have the indices coming down. We should have the US pumping. It's just, you know, we seem to have just completely stalled this week. We've just gone nowhere. You know, it's the old calm before the storm, isn't it? If we are, and you know, and these are all big ifs, but high probability ifs. If we are staying in a bear market in a recession, which we will be in a recession, we are in a recession. We will have a bear market in a recession. That's what happens in a recession. We will be starting a new leg, won't we? It's the age-old problem, timing. We can't time it. You never can. But when it goes, it's going to go. You know, it's going to go like that. Yeah, we're going to get a big one. We're going to get a big move for a couple of days, which means that the US dollar is going to pump for a couple of days, which means pounds US dollar is coming down for a couple of days. So I'd be poised to get in short, but at the minute it's, you know, it's not there, is it? It was there here. So I know there's some people in this short already. You know, and it's just one of those horrible squeezes, which is just, you know, it's one of those horrible squeezes where you get into something and it just does that, and then it goes like that, and then it goes like that, and then it goes like that, and you're thinking, my God, when is this ever going to end? It's one of those, isn't it? It's this, you know, it's this extension, short it. I mean, you should have been out there, obviously. So may have got in there, would have got in there, would have got out there. You know, this is the thing. If I was shorting this, and I was shorting it, and I am out of it, I can't see how you didn't get out if you're in it. But that you definitely would still be in. Obviously, here, if you got in here on that double top RSI extension, you're still in that. And that's just a nasty, not going anywhere squeeze, isn't it? Don't know. It's all very tricky at the minute. Look at this DAX. Red green. This is Christmas. Look, red green, red green, red green, red green. That's what Christmas is, isn't it? It's red and green. Everything's red and green and white at Christmas, and that's exactly what we've got. So not going anywhere. It's not even moving. Look, my platform frozen. No, my platform hasn't frozen. Just not moving. Or is it? Hang on. Waiting 320. Yeah, no, my platform's frozen. Woohoo! There we go. This is why you don't. This is why, you know, again, talking about scalping and how hard it is. A lot of people scalp on M1. This is why you don't scalp M1. When you get these rotation range days, M1 will absolutely destroy you because the amount of signals you get, short, stop, out. The amount of signals you get are just awful. M5 would never go below M5 unless I'm scalping ticks on futures, but so we want to see a lower high really. If we don't see a lower high here, just going to give up this morning. One of those mornings where we're just going to sit. I'm going to sit in drawdown all morning, isn't it? I'm either going to get stopped out on a massive rally up to one of these levels, or I'm going to get just sit in drawdown and wait until New York. It's a nasty day. Anywho, right. So that's all I've got. If you need anything, I'll be in the Telegram group. I should be in the Telegram group watching oil. It's held. It's held. Look, it's held the lows. That's good. Just coming up to the opening range highs on the DAX. They push. Okay, so it looks like we're going long. So if you want to take a long, quick scalp up to there. You got a 1-to-1 there. Quick 1%. If you want to risk 1% to make 1%, potentially, obviously up to there, which would be like 2.5%. So potentially a long opportunity. Things not playing nice at all today, is it? Be prepared for that to be the high and for us to come back down as well. This could just go into a horrible range today. I'm not quite stopped out on my trades. My trades have got to stop at 143.75, which is here. So I'm stopping out there. So I'm still in my shorts, but I've only got 2 on. My trades today are to hold, basically. Waiting for that big down day. So if I get stopped out on those, then I shall not be interested again until these levels. Probably the high of the week, actually. But if we touch that and we come back down into the opening range, I might play a short like that. So get in somewhere in the opening range with a stop above that high. Again, I'm just literally all I'm doing with the DAX at the moment and the index and the New York session with the US indices in the New York session, I am literally just trying to anticipate this down day. That's my only focus at the moment on the indices. Is I want to catch this down day that is going to break that level and start this rally. So I'm just trying to catch it, and if I get stopped out 3 or 4 times trying to catch that, when I catch it and hold it, it's going to be a big rally. So that's all I'm doing at the minute. So see what happens when you get up to that level, which is that high, yesterday's high and the previous day's high to the pip. Very strong resistance, and then obviously you got those 2 up there to watch out for as well. So if you're trading the DAX this morning, right, I'll leave it there, guys. Anything you need, come in the Telegram group. I'll be back on Monday, same time, 7:50. I'll let you know if I close anything out in the Telegram group. I doubt it, because unless stuff's going to move, I'm not going anywhere. So I'll let you know if I close anything out. But focus at the moment is on oil and trying to catch that DAX short. So I will add up there actually on the DAX, because I have got a position trade obviously on the DAX at the minute as well, as you know. So I'm averaging there. So that's my latest position. Actually, that's too close. I'm not going to put another position on the DAX this morning. It's only going to be 13. Oh, that's really close. That is around about half an ADR. $132 is half an ADR. That's 135 to those highs. I will in my position trade, I will add one. In fact, I'm going to put a pending up there. I'm going to stick a pending up at the highs, just below the highs. Actually, I'm going to stick it pretty much on that high there. So if we do get up to those highs, and as everybody will have, I'm just becoming another one of the limit orders up there. I will get another position on up there, just to keep my average in. And when this happens, when this breaks, this is going to be a lovely short. Timing. Right, I will see you guys Monday. Have a good weekend, whatever you're doing, and let me know if you need anything in the Telegram group. Otherwise, I will see you then. Have a good one.